Welcome to the Parental Room. The Parental Room is a safe space for parents to come share their tips, tricks, and experience of being a parent. This is a safe space for all parents. Welcome. Our guest for today is Ryan Hall. Welcome, Ryan Hall.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So Ryan Hall is you're a dad and you have a daughter and you're also in marketing.
Yeah.
Right. So let's dive right into it. Tell me about so before you became a parent, how old is your daughter?
She's turning 2 in May.
She's turning 2 in May.
Yeah.
So what was your thoughts of being a parent before you became a parent, and did that stay the same or did that change after you became a parent?
I mean, for me, I guess I had a little bit of experience, like with pseudo parenthood, because I have a lot of little sisters. So like trying to help raise my little sisters definitely like gave me a bit of experience of what it would be like having kids around. Like, because I have one little sister that's really young, and I remember taking care of her back when I was in like high school. So like giving her bottles and all that stuff. So
Okay.
I was already versed in some of the normal stuff and like being a parent, but nothing really prepares you for actually having your kid. So
Right.
like having her show up, it's like, you're here.
Mhm.
I got to take care of you for the rest of your life.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it's your responsibility. No one else. You can't give them back.
Exactly.
Or anything like that. Yeah.
And
No.
like there are certain points where I'm like there's that mental switch where you're just sitting there, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a parent. Oh my God, this is my human being.
Right. And it's like the more they progress, the more it kind of hits you more and more and more. Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said you was taking care of her when you were in high school. So how was your parents when you were coming up?
I mean, my parents, a mess. But I mean, that's the case for most people, right?
Right.
And this actually did affect my perception of fatherhood and how I wanted to be a father was like, my parents not necessarily being together. Like my parents had me.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't married. Then they ended up having my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up splitting up. I want to say probably around when I was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
Is because my dad cheated on my mom,
Mm-hmm.
got my stepmother pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Okay.
ended up
So the
leaving.
little sister you were taking care of was like a stepsister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, let me call myself. I have 4 sisters. I'm the oldest and only boy.
Okay. Oh, man.
So, one sister is with my parents, and then the other ones are all half sisters. So,
Okay.
like, my dad has 2 daughters with my stepmom, and my mom has one daughter with my stepdad, but they're not together anymore.
Okay. Okay.
So like I got the experience of like different types of households and different type of household styles and like the benefits of each type of household.
Mm-hmm.
Although some of them wouldn't necessarily be considered benefits from like a parental standpoint. Because like my mom, there was a time where my mom was a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to experience the benefits of being with a single mom, which is freedom. I got to do whatever I
Right. Because she ain't got time for all that.
exactly. She ain't got time for that. She's out working and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed that like that left a lot of that left me wanting a lot of things. Like I wanted my mom to be at home.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted her to be around.
Right.
It was sad not having my dad around.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sucked. I mean, he did talk to us and like come around, but like not having him there in the household really did like leave a lasting impression on me. And then like at a certain point in I think late junior year, early senior year of high school, something happened. Ended up getting arrested.
Oh man.
Didn't get charged. Got arrested.
Okay. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
I want to get charged.
Got arrested. It was for something stupid. And um, my dad asked me like, "Hey, do you want to come live with us?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, let's do that like ASAP. Let's do that now." So I ended up moving in with my dad and my stepmom, and I got to experience like a 2-parent household as a late teenager, and like it was wonderful and beautiful because my dad was running his own business. Marketing too.
All right. Runs in the family.
Yeah, runs in the family. So running his own marketing business, and he was doing great. So he was able to like have my stepmom stay home. So my stepmom was the homemaker. She
Right.
was there taking care of my two little sisters, and I got to see the contrast of like a single parent home and a two parent home with mom there, and it was it, the the warmth of having somebody who intentionally was there to take care of and tend to everybody in the home was like palpable. You could feel the warmth in the home. And I could tell that that was part of the reason why my two sisters they grew up like really well adjusted. They're like super happy. They're exploring some of the things that they enjoy and love to do, and they feel loved and cared for. But also they seem a little bit sheltered because my parent. But it's good because they have both of their parents that are there that really do care about them and care about their well-being. And because you have both parents there, it's much easier to run a tight ship and to keep everybody in line.
Right.
Yeah, so they haven't done any of the crazy stuff that I did.
That's a good thing.
When I was a kid, and yeah.
Yeah. So you would definitely recommend that a two-parent household will be in a single-parent household any day.
From the perspective of a kid, yeah. Like from
As long as it's a healthy.
healthy, and that should be the goal.
Right.
Is the goal should be having a healthy environment to raise your kid, and that's part of the reason for having relationships. Most people want to have kids,
Right.
And if you want to have kids, the goal should be to have kids with somebody that you. And this is something that I've been like writing and meditating on a lot. Is the goal should be to be with somebody who you understand, have a mutual understanding of how you want to raise your kids and to do life together. Like, and this is part of the reason why me and my daughter's mother aren't together. It's the fact that we recognize that like there are certain elements where we fit together very well, and there are other elements where we just don't align with, and it's not like that's a problem.
Right.
But what we desire and what we want are two different things. And because of that ends up causing like a lot of friction in the relationship. Like one of the things that we argued about a lot, and this is why it's very important to discuss like your dreams and your desires and your aspirations with your partner or anybody that you're considering being with. She's an actress. She's an actress and a model.
Right.
She's done a whole bunch of stuff. More than likely, you've seen a couple of commercials with her. If I showed you, you're like, oh, her, yeah.
We're not gonna put you out there.
Exactly, yeah.
All right.
And her big thing is that she wants to be an actress. And one of the issues that I have, because I'm a writer and all this stuff, and I understand, and I've been an actor, is I know she's gorgeous, beautiful, objectively gorgeous and beautiful, amazing. So I know that the roles that she would get if she was, not if, when she achieves her goal, she's going to be like the main woman, the main female,
Right.
Which means that I, and this was one of the things is like I didn't consider her dreams as like a possibility, like a what if. My conception was like, if this happens, this is going to happen. I know you're going to achieve your dreams. Am I okay with you achieving your dreams? Because for her, I know she's going to be leading lady, which means that she's going to end up kissing other people.
Right.
And
that's
yeah, that's part
of the leading any lead role.
It's part of any lead role, and it's
Right.
like certain people are okay with that. Other ones, I was like, am I okay with her kissing other people? No, I'm not. And it was really funny because one of her plays that she was in was called Stage Kiss. which she had a huge poster of in the room. So it was always a reminder that was there. And guess what? In the play, she kissed basically everybody in the play.
Christ.
Yeah. So I'm like, I know what you've done in the past as an actor, and I know what you're going to do in the future. So I'm like, you're going to kiss other people. So I'm like, am I okay with that? I'm like, no, I don't want my partner kissing other people.
And that's just the first step.
Yeah.
Like there's roles get deeper.
Yes, they do get deeper.
Right.
So yeah, right. They do get deeper. But I'm like, am I okay and comfortable with that? And I'm like, I don't like that idea. I don't want my partner to do that. And for her, it was her trying to, like, the arguments that we would have is like, oh, it's part of the role, people are writing. And I'm like, yes, there's the artifice of being in theater or being on film that's supposed to make it, like, I guess a little bit more comfortable, but you're still kissing another person.
Right.
So am I okay with it? Because you're still doing the thing.
Correct. Right. No,
there's extra steps in it.
Right. Yeah.
But you're still doing the thing.
Right.
So I'm like, do I want that? It's like for my partner, and I'm like, no, I don't. And for her, it was like, oh no, this might happen. No, I'm like, no, this is your dream. It's going to happen.
Right.
So I'm not thinking of it as, oh, it might be a pop. No, I'm like, this is a definite thing. Am I comfortable with it? No. So that was like one of the areas that we had, friction with, and if you have a partner, your partner, and this does take a little bit of time and like conversation and really deep conversations with people, is to find a partner whose dreams of what they desire and what they want in their life and their world match the dreams that you have personally for your life and your world.
And especially if you want to have kids with them.
Exactly. Especially, but I mean, that's kind of the whole point for most people.
Right. Yeah.
Is to have kids at some point. Yeah. Like, for the majority of people. But like, yeah, that should be the goal. Is if you're going to have kids, that should be the goal. Like, and this is important for business or any other area, whether it's business, relationships, your health, having a long time horizon or thinking very long term helps you make more intelligent decisions. So I learned this when I started trading, like doing stock trading and stuff. And one of the things that's really important is to understand time horizons and how like your goals change depending on whether you're doing short-term trading or whether you're doing investing, which is I'm buying this and I'm holding it for like the next 30 years.
Okay.
So when you expand the time horizon with like how you're thinking about things, you're able to think and make decisions more clearly. So for most people, like our decisions on like how we like couple and do our relationships are maybe like, who do I want to take home tonight? Which is like a very short time horizon. Right. It's like scalp trading.
Right.
Or who I want to be with for like this Christmas.
Month. Yeah.
This month. This quarter maybe. This year. Not a lot of people are making their decisions on who they want to be in a relationship with based on when I'm in my 50s and my 60s.
The next 20, 30 years.
Exactly. Like who's the type of person that I want to be with when I'm an old person, when I'm an unk. And, and everybody's like, hey, what's up? And then your hair's graying. And I think this is also why it's important to have like close-knit families around, because it helps younger people get perspective on what will happen to them later on in life if they continue on like a certain path.
Right.
And how they make their decisions. So like the reason why I think about this and know about this stuff is because I have a really big family. So I know people who are in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s. My grandma, her birthday's in the next couple of weeks. She's in her 90s. This lady's about to be a century old. Jeez. So I get the added benefit of having elders where I can ask them questions and stories about like what happened in their life. And I see how their decisions impacted not only them but their children in their lives. And sure enough, some of the happiest people are the ones that are married and made very deliberate decisions about who they were with.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you a question. You're not with your child's mother.
Yeah, we officially broke up in like December.
Okay, so how did you navigate? Well, that's recent.
Yeah.
So how have you been navigating, because you're still in it, how have you been navigating co-parenting?
I mean, it's
and what does co-parenting mean to you?
Okay, so how have we been navigating co-parenting? So the big thing was making sure that they're in a really solid place, and they're supported. That's been like one of the big things with like co-parenting and making sure that we're good and taken care of. So when we were going through the process of making the decision of what we're gonna do, I took her up to her family who they live up in like Central Florida. They got like ranch up there and all that stuff. Well, farm, and but, put her there so that she can work through her emotions, make sure that our daughter's taken care of, that she's surrounded by people that love her, so she's there with her grandma, her grandpa, and her sister and all these other people who also have a kid up there. So there are a lot of people that can pour love into my daughter while they're up there, and she gets the opportunity to like navigate like our emotions and our feelings and like how we're planning on like moving forward as parents. And to be honest, this has probably been one of the most difficult processes personally and emotionally, because you like I've had to do a lot. I write a lot, so like I've had to do some intense prayer and meditation to get like clarity on this stuff, and a lot of stuff has come up to co-parent effectively, because to co-parent, your relationship with the person that you had your child with is very different. And if you love and care about this person, and it's amicable when you guys end up splitting, which to be honest it kind of wasn't in the beginning, because it was very fiery, very angry, but
of course, yeah,
but like as the man in the relationship, I had to sit there and I had to take a lot of what she said. Like, to be honest, she said some of the worst things to me that any human being has ever said to me in my entire life. I'm like, you know me better than anybody, and you literally went for every single
jugular.
Jugular, just the jugular, femoral artery, just.
Yeah, trust me, I've been there. I've been there, and I actually had to go through the whole court process, because it would just be she if she got in her emotions or she got in her feelings, it was and I don't think she meant it that way as the kids as a pawn, but it was a pawn. It was a way to hurt me, because she knows how much I love my kids. So she was like, no, you're not getting them. I don't call me. I'm not answering the phone. Any of that. So I went through that whole process. So I understand. You probably didn't have to go through all of that.
Luckily, I didn't. I didn't have to go through that.
So continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thank you for sharing that. I was blessed to not have to go through that, and that's part of. And it's funny, because that's part of how I actually started my relationship with her. I told her very early on, I'm with you because I know our children would be beautiful.
Oh.
Like, she was like probably like first few months, I was like,
okay, first few months. That's the first date. Like, I'm about to be with you.
I'm about to be with you straight up. It's for the kids. No, but like I told her very early on, and she was like, that's crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. Part of the reason why I'm with you is because I know our children would be beautiful. Whether we're together or not, we're going to have some beautiful kids. And because I was upfront with that, I made sure that when we were in the very early stages of the process, it was not just like me dating her. I was also like courting and interviewing her to figure out, would she actually be a good mother?
That's important.
Yeah. So that was a very intentional thing that I did very early on in the relationship. So I decided to continue the relationship with her because I like the way that she treated me let me know that she would be a mother like this. Which is part of the reason why I was like, I'm okay with having kids with you. Is because you'd be a good mother, and even if we end up splitting, there may be friction, but I know that we're friends enough where I know that we can work things out. And we actually discussed that early on in our relationship. It's like, hey, if we, because we had broken up like what, maybe 3 times over the course of about like 7 years. We've been together for like 7 years.
Yeah, 3 times over 7 years. That's not a lot.
Yeah,
I was in a 10-year relationship, and we broke up like every other month.
Oh man, that's a lot. You got a lot of practice,
right?
Right. Yeah, but it was We didn't have that much practice with breaking up, but we did have those deep, difficult conversations. Like, hey, even if we were not together, I think we would do very, like, before we even talked about fully having kids. If we're not together, I think we'd work very well together. So I think we should, like, if we end up splitting up, we should have, do business together, like have a relationship like The Rock and his ex-wife. And we're like, oh yeah, I'm like, I would be down for that. So, or very early on, we were already imagining like we would be amicable even after a split, which is very important before you have any relationship with anybody. Is like, imagine, just like with starting a business, have an exit in mind, because somebody's going to exit from the relationship.
Because I feel like a lot of people have the notion or the mindset that if you make plan B, you're planning for plan A to fail. So a lot of people don't have plan B, they only have plan A. So you're saying have both plan A and plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because you want to make sure that no matter how the situation unfolds, that this person is a good fit for me in any situation, like any role. Like if we play this, did you ever play Bandersnatch on Netflix? It was that Black Mirror. If you haven't, it's amazing.
No, I never watched Black Mirror. I've been meaning to, but I never got into it.
Bandersnatch, craziest episode that they have, and it's a choose your own adventure where you actually get to interact with it. And
was that an episode or a movie?
It was like a movie.
Oh yeah, I seen that one. I seen the movie where you had to pick it. I never made it through though. I kept I kept dying.
Well, it's like that. It's like, hey, you're in your relationship. Your life is like that. You're making choices and decisions, and you should make choices and decisions knowing what kind of ending that you want by the end of it.
Okay.
So like, if you're going to get into a relationship, this is super nihilistic, but every relationship ends in tragedy.
Yeah, at some point. I mean,
at some point, somebody's leaving the relationship.
Right, unless it's The Notebook. They both left at the same time.
Well, yeah. But yeah, no, like if you understand that, then you should. If you understand that every relationship ends in a tragedy, you should make sure that the person that you're choosing to play that role as your partner is somebody who's worth having the tragedy at the end of that.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Like, so with all that, do you feel like, I mean, your daughter's only 2, so do you feel like she's been affected a little bit in any way? Or?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course she's been affected. Like, most heartbreaking thing, because they're up in Central Florida, so like they FaceTime me every day, and like it was probably like a couple of, like, almost 3 months before I went up to go visit them again. And the most heartbreaking thing was being on FaceTime with them, and her, like, my daughter going up to the phone and being like, hugging the phone, and I'm like,
oh man,
my heart.
Yeah, it'll get you every time. Those FaceTimes, I remember when my boys were a little bit younger, those FaceTimes were hard. They were like, come get me, and I'm like, you can't be like, oh, she won't let me, so you're just kind of like, yeah, soon.
I'll come get you.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah. Whew. But I was lucky enough to to go up there and to be around her, and it was lovely and wonderful, which is part of the reason why it's very important to make sure you're choosing your partners, whether you're dating or doing anything. You're choosing your people that you spend your time intimately with very intentionally,
right? So
that you don't end up in a situation where it's bad. Because if you spend time around somebody and you know that they have the capacity for being like that, why are you going to spend any time with them? Why would you do that to yourself?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, back to the whole co-parenting thing is like, as the guy, very important thing was to be like a stone and like a rock. She's gonna throw some of the worst possible things that she can throw at you, because like I believe in like the emotional pendulum. If that person truly loved you, they're going to move to the other side of the pendulum, the other end of the emotional spectrum to the same degree.
Yep.
So if that person really freaking loved you,
100%, they're gonna hate you 100%.
Exactly. Yep. And that's what happens that's what happens in every relationship, even as a parent. If you love your kid and you show your kid true love, you know for a fact that at a certain point your kid is going to hate you.
That same amount.
Exactly. And you have to be okay with that. As a man, you have to be okay with the fact that any person that you love is going to move emotionally, and you have to be okay with that and still love them and care about them in spite of that. So one of the things that I had to do was like when she was going through that phase of like tearing into me, hitting every artery and all that stuff, just sitting there and allowing her that space as somebody who loves and cares about her, allowing her that space to purge all of those emotions to get through it so that we can get to the other end and have a discussion. And she told me about myself. She told me a lot of things about myself.
Yeah, as only your child's mother can do.
Exactly, as only your child's mother can do, because she knows you better than anybody else. Right. So it's going to hurt.
Right.
But it's a very important like karma burning experience, because I told her, I was looking at her in the eye, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm karma burning." And then she was like, "What's that?" Dude, like, what are you talking about? What exactly are you doing? And then immediately afterwards, that's when she went into it and literally like laid into me, probably for like the next 4 or 5 hours in person. It was a lot. Wow. It was a lot. Wow. And it was, my heart. But I was like, you know what? The craziest thing about that is in that situation, while she was hurting me, was I had a transformation in like how I felt about her, and realizing like how much she loved me to be at this position of hurt. Because I fucked up. I did a lot of bad stuff. I'm not the best person. Right. I made a lot of mistakes, which is part of the reason why everything happened. But like seeing her in that level of pain helped me comprehend how much she loved me at the other end of this. I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And giving her that space to experience that, and I'm like, oh, I love you more now in this experience, and I'm like, I can't believe that I hurt you to that degree. And I'm like, oh, now I have a better understanding of how much I hurt you, because now you're giving it to me. I still love you in spite of this. And after that experience, the difficult thing that I had to do was be okay with the idea of letting her go, to love somebody that I cared about, and to understand that she deserves to be loved in the way that she wants, and she deserves a relationship that she wants. And this is a very difficult thing. I could say it, but it's a very difficult thing to experience it and to get to that point. To actually be like, I am happy for you when you find your next person.
That is tough.
That is very tough.
That is tough.
That is very tough. Yeah. Not only to just like, because most people are just like accepting, or they tolerate the other person. No, it's like, I love you so much that I want you to be happy with somebody who isn't me. And I want you to have a loving and amazing relationship. And this is probably the most tough thing. I want you to have such a loving and caring relationship that most days I am not even a memory in your head because of how lovely and wonderful your life is.
But then, there's so much that comes with that too, because your daughter too, like that's a whole nother experience that she's gonna be seeing and witnessing and loving as well. So that's like a double whammy.
Because, it is.
Yeah.
It is a double whammy.
But that's a good thing to come to sites with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once I went through that experience and I got to that point, and this is why I think like for relationships to change, you only actually have to have one person to make the tough decision to make a change in a relationship. Once I got to that point where I'm like, because she was talking to me about this new dude, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually happy for you. I think this would be a great relationship for you. I think on paper he's fantastic, amazing. I'm glad that you guys have known each other for a very long time. And I'm like, go for it.
Have you met him already?
No, not yet. Okay. Not yet. I will.
No, because they were friends for a long time, so I thought maybe you met him.
Not friends. They know
each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, yeah. After I made that decision and I made that emotional change where I actually felt happy for her, and I understood that this was me moving closer to my relationship, even though it was painful in the moment, I'm like, this is me getting what I truly want because she's getting what she wants. Once I did that, she shifted and she was happy about the idea of me being with somebody that gave me everything that I wanted in my relationship, which is a very different vibe that you get with interacting with somebody when they're actually happy at the idea of you being with somebody who makes you happy.
Yeah, especially as co-parents, it's difficult because she ruined a lot of relationships
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so no, that's good to that's a good experience to share and see. Yeah.
Starts with one. If you make the decision and go through the tough part of accepting and wanting that other person to be happy, and it's a very strange thing because like people will pick up on your emotions. Like if somebody walks into a room and they're like super angry, you could like feel
Right,
that.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Or somebody's creepy, you could feel that. Or somebody's super happy and joyful and everybody else in the room feels happy and joyful when they show up. When you make that shift emotionally where you're actually truly joyful and desire them to be with somebody that they are like fulfilled with, they change because you've changed how you view them.
Right. No, that makes sense. It's like The Secret, the book The Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. So I know we're running short on time, but I do have a couple more questions. I remember we had a previous conversation. You were saying your daughter knows a few languages.
She knows three. She knows
Okay.
English, Spanish, and sign language.
English, Spanish, and sign language. So how
And a
do
little bit of Portuguese.
so about 3.5.
Yeah.
So how do you actually teach her, or how does she learn? What do you think is the best way for kids to learn, especially at a young age?
Having her mom around was a very big thing.
Okay.
So surprising, and this is why I think like for guys, if you want to have a if you want your children to develop really fast, like making as much money as possible like your main goal, so that your partner can stay at home.
Right. Okay. I see
Because
that.
that is part of like one of the biggest reasons why like our daughter was able to like acquire so many languages so quickly, because she her mom was always there to like continue reinforcing and have lessons for her. So it's not like she was at daycare getting like unstructured time doing like mindless stuff. No, it was a very regimented, very like focused thing. So that was number one, was having mom there so that she could take care of her and pour into her. Excuse me. Number two was, and you could do this in any way, shape, or form, but the framework is known as something that's called comprehensive input. And this is for language acquisition. And it was really cool because I was learning this because I love learning and like studying languages as like a writer. As a marketer, you write a lot. So I study languages and I study the uses of language. And while I was, studying this, because I've been studying it for years and years and years, I ended up stumbling on a lesson that a Thai teacher was teaching at a university in Thailand. So he was an American living over in Thailand, and he would teach these Thai classes to foreigners and all these kinds of people at a university. And what he found was when people came to these classes, they would often not become fluent, and they would have accents from their native countries. So they would usually, like a majority of the students, would have broken versions of the language. They could talk, but it wasn't really like
Fluent. Like super fluent. Yeah.
it wasn't super fluent. So he ended up studying and found something that was known as comprehensive input. So he completely restructured how he was doing the class. So instead of just having him stand up at the front of the classroom teaching vocabulary, hey, sentence structure and all that stuff, what he did was he basically told all the students, hey, what we're going to do now is we're going to have plays. So I'm going to have people come up from like all these different places. We're going to have props and all this stuff. And they're just going to do like little soap opera things. And you're just going to watch them talk and show you the language. And the thing I want you guys to do is I don't want you saying a single word. Do not say any word in the language. So it was like kind of weird. So he told the class, don't speak the language. Just watch and listen. That's all I want you to do in the class. That's it. That's it. Sure enough, a good percentage of the class listened, a good percentage of the class didn't listen. So some of the people in the class normally, hey, I listen to it, and then they try to speak the language and all this stuff, and they try to play around. And then there was another group who did exactly what the teacher said and just sat there and absorbed. The people who tried to practice the language while learning it and while absorbing the lessons and stuff, they had the same problems as the other like students from before. They weren't fluent. They were speaking with accents. It was broken versions of the language and all that stuff. It didn't come out properly.
Right.
The people who sat there and listened, a higher percentage of them started speaking fluently without an accent. They were conversational in the language. They were doing amazing. And then he started teaching about comprehensive input. If you're trying to learn a language, part of the reason why children are so good at learning languages is that how children speak is different, and how the level of language is different from adults. So for children, when we're talking about stuff, everything that we're talking about is usually in the environment that we're in. So you have a comprehensive input. When I talk about a book or libro, it's physically in the room. I have something to point at that I'm referring to. When we talk about a chair, it's physically there. So for kids, whenever they're learning languages, they're not just receiving the sound, they're also getting some sort of like visual or tactile feedback that lets them know like, oh, this is what they're referring to.
Right.
Whereas when you're an adults, when they're speaking and when they're going through languages, they're talking about stuff that isn't in the environment. Like we're talking about kids. Although my kid's not here. We're talking about people. We're talking about concepts. So we're talking about things that aren't physically in the space. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to pick up on comprehensive input. So for comprehensive input, when you're trying to teach or learn a language, you got to be like a child, and you need to consume representations of the language, listen to the language long enough that you're getting inputs that are attached to like things in your environment.
Right.
And you do that long enough without trying to speak the language. Because like for kids, when you start teaching a kid a language, you don't expect them to repeat exactly what you say back to them immediately. You just say the same thing to them over and over again, which is what happened in the classroom. When you just sit there and you listen to the same stuff over and over again, you're absorbing like a kid, which is why they don't speak with accents if you teach that way.
Gotcha.
So if you're trying to learn or teach somebody a language, you need to build a regiment of comprehensive input. So for our daughter, what we did was we consistently read books to her, like all the time. So she's always like, a book, I want like a book. She loves reading. So right now I know that there are over 300 books that they've read. I think she's closing in on 400 probably right now. They read a lot. So libraries, your best friend. Because when you're reading books and you read them the same book again and again and again, it may seem like tedious as a parent, but what they're doing is they're building the patterns in their brain.
Okay.
So that's why kids, if you have them consuming books, they're going to want to read them again and again. Songs. Some of the first things that really like caught us off guard was when she started singing parts of songs.
Right. Yes.
Like for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, how I wonder what you. I was like, wait a minute. Did she just say? Did she just say?
No, my son Logan, he just be singing like, and I don't know how he learns words. He just be learning the words.
Because art, and this is actually one thing that's very important with comprehensive input. Comprehensive input is usually consuming a culture's art. So for kids, one of the easiest ways for kids to learn is song. How did you learn the ABCs?
Right, singing it. Yeah.
To this day, it's still a song.
Right.
A, B, C, D.
Right.
So, and you do it through repetition. Songs just make repetition less like mind-numbing.
Right.
So it's easier. So for kids, they learn stuff. So she knows her ABCs, and she knows how to count to like 20. And do they learn counting with songs?
Right.
She learns counting in Spanish because of a song. Uno, dos, tres deditos.
Oh, yeah.
Cinco, seis deditos. Yeah, she learned counting with songs.
Right.
So songs was another really big one. And then being very intentional. If you have them watch any TV shows or like YouTube videos, that they're educational. So like we've always been very intentional about like the stuff that we let her watch as a kid. So no Cocomelon. Cocomelon's awful for the brain for a bunch of different reasons, but we gave her a lot of stuff that she would watch was Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel's amazing.
Yes, my son's watched Miss Rachel. Yeah, actually, one of her co-stars actually does her own now.
Oh,
the black lady.
Miss Keisha.
I think so.
Miss Keisha.
Yeah, she got her own.
Keisha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Miss Keisha's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah. So being intentional with like Miss Keisha or Gracie's Corner. Gracie's
Gracie's
Corner is
Corner. I love
Grace.
Old McDonald's
Oh
song.
my
Oh, that's
God! Yeah,
fire.
yeah, man. Gracie's Corner. I want to do a video on great like some of the best like hip hop kid stuff. Like
Yeah, Gracie's Corner is one.
Gracie's Corner is up
Yeah, it's
there.
top. It's top.
Yeah,
It's top two, and it's not two.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
And there's a couple other ones. Oh man, what's that other one called? There's another one where it's like a hip hop version of the Three Little Pigs. That song had no business going that hard. I'm like, I don't know who rapped on that song, but that man rapped for his life.
Oh man, I gotta listen to that one.
That one is.
I
I
gotta
was
find
like,
that one.
oh my God. I was like, this is like a rap. This is a whole rap battle over here. It was like you got Gracie's Corner, and then you got them with the Three Little Pigs, and I'm like, oof. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So my last question is, how does having a child, how has that affected you and your marketing business?
I mean, it's given me more purpose to think bigger for my business.
Okay.
So, and I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the contributing factors why most millionaires are married. It's because when you have a relationship and you need to take care of somebody other than yourself, you now have dreams that have to be bigger than yourself. Because like if you're just single and you're by yourself, it's like, okay, I can just get by. Yeah, 4,000 a month, I'll be all right. I'll be good, I'll live good.
Right.
It's like no, when you have to take care of another person and you want the best possible life for them, your goals get bigger.
Right.
Because like for my daughter, I'm like, I've seen how quickly she's progressed because my daughter's mother is there at home taking care of her. So naturally, of course, I wanted to make more money, which is why I made more money, and that's why they stayed. To this day, she stayed home. And I want that to continue. And I want her to have access to any of the arts or teachers or tutors that she wants to do any form of art or creation that she wants to in the world. So that gives me a bigger purpose outside of myself to want to make more in my business. So it becomes much easier to sell bigger packages or to do anything else in your business because for me, I'm not only doing it for like visions for myself. It's to take my daughter to spend time with family that we have down in Brazil.
Right.
It's to, take her to the snow so she can go skiing and seeing her as like a little person like all bundled up, falling over in the snow.
Right.
And this is actually a really important like sales tactic is like your state or how you feel affects the person that you're having a sales conversation with.
Okay.
And if you're able to get the person that you're talking to realize their dreams and what they want, and that what you have to sell is supposed to help them transform and to get their dreams, and you're somebody who knows that in this conversation, you're getting a step closer to your dreams, that energy is transferred to them and they're like, I want that feeling for me and I want that reality for me. So they're more likely to say yes because you're connecting them with their vision because you already have articulated your own vision of what you want.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So before we wrap it up, we'll just ask you one last question, and that is, what tips do you have for anybody that's a parent or becoming a parent or interested in becoming a parent?
Tips.
Or gem or anything.
Big gems for anybody who wants to become a parent is make sure that you're being intentional with the type of person that you want to be with. So really awesome exercise that I did, and it's awesome because I have my grandmother, is like imagine yourself, like take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine yourself in your 90s. You're at your house, wherever that happens to be. Where are you? Who's there with you? And what are you reflecting on? And what are you proud of that you've accomplished in your life? And who is the person that's by your side that supported you in getting there? And that having that kind of vision and writing that down helps you in the process of weeding out potential partners. Because you're going to make a decision based on, hey, is this person going to get me closer to there or further away? So then the person that you're with if you have like self-control, will end up being the person who ends up getting you to that reality in your 90s.
Right.
So that was one thing that, definitely helped me out a lot and gave me the strength and motivation to make the tough decisions and have tough conversations.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you. Alrighty. Thank you. And thank you guys for watching the Parental Room, and stay tuned for the next episode.